these are your Caldera Utopia series controls, and I'll kind of go through how they operate. One of the main concepts here is that all of these buttons that have the verbiage on them they take you to where you need to go. All of these buttons that are blank are what we call soft buttons. They correspond with whatever on the screen right next to it. That'll help you get through all the different functionality within the controls. So for instance, if we hit the Jets button, it takes you into the Jets screen where you can operate Jets 1 or Jets 2. Jets 2, of course, has a low speed and a high speed. If you want everything to operate all together at once, you use your Jet Max button. This will turn on both jet pumps and your air blower pump. To turn on or off your air blower pump, you use this button here. Whenever we have anything that's on in the hot tub, whether it's a combination of jets or lights, you can hit the all off button, and that turns everything off altogether. That's the way that you actually save any of your settings into the memory. Whenever you have anything on and you hit all off, it's now saved into the memory, and every time you hit memory, those same functions will turn back on. If we hit the options button, this is how we adjust the temperature in the hot tub. So this soft button here is what we use to adjust the temperature up or down. We use these buttons to take it anywhere from 80 to 104. There's actually a temperature lock involved here as well. This would lock the temperature from being adjusted in the hot tub by kids or anybody else in the spa, or that's using the hot tub. In the setup section of the spa, we have a spa lock. This can be used if we don't want any of the buttons being tampered with or played with. Summer timer is a function that would turn off our circulation system for multiple hours a day to eliminate any unnecessary increase in temperature. Typically in our climate, it's not something that we use very often. If you have questions about it, you can give us a shout. This controls the screen brightness here. We can hit the More button to get into an auto clean cycle. This automatically turns the spa on once a day to send an influx of water through your filtration system, your sanitation system, just to give that extra water movement per day. If you're gone for long periods of time or not around the hot tub, it's a great function to use. The auto exterior lights function lets you turn the lights on, but it also turns on at the exact same time every day once you turn that to the on position. So at this point, every day from now on, those lights would turn on at this time. They're multinational, so there's different languages involved with the controls as well. Go back. You can use the back button to get back to the previous screen. The audio functionality, if you've chosen to add a stereo to your hot tub, that's great. You can get into the audio section, adjust your volume up and down, and your audio on and off. The lights button will take you into the different function of the lights. For instance, if we go into topside lighting, we can dim just those lights that are on the top edge of the hot tub. We can change the color of those lights specifically, or we can just turn those specific lights off. Under lighting options, it takes you back to the screen where you can do the same for any of the other sections within the spa. The first screen that you see on the controls, and when you go back to the beginning screen, this is what we call the home screen. This lets us know that the spa is at the temperature that we've had it set for, and it lets us access into the different modes or options. The clean cycle is a fairly important control functionality that we recommend using every time you exit the spa. So when you're getting out of the hot tub, you go ahead and hit the clean cycle, and it runs a 10-minute jet propulsion through the filtration system and sanitation to stir that water up, and it actually turns itself back off after 10 minutes. You cover it up and run back in the house where it's warm again. That should cover any of the questions that you might have about the Caldera Utopia series controls. And for anything else, you can give us a call. Alright, so next we'll talk about some of the key factors in taking care of your hot tub and keeping it clean. And one of the big things is going to be taking care of your filter. So we recommend about once a month removing your filter from the hot tub and spraying it out with a high pressure nozzle of your hose just to get the debris out of the pleats that are within the filter there. And every 3 to 4 months you take it out, soak it in a bucket of water with a filter degreaser product that's actually going to get those pleats back to new and permeable again so they can help trap the particulate that's in the water. The better we filter the water, the less chemical we can end up using in the spa, and it'll just make that water more clean and fresh to use every day. Okay, so we found a few key ways to take care of your hot tub so that it's enjoyable to use every day. In fact, your spa comes with a mineral cartridge. And this is something that goes in the filter area of your spa and has silver inside of it that helps inhibit the growth of bacteria naturally, which in turn helps you use less chemical in the hot tub. So by using that, it lasts 4 months and helps keep the water clean and pure without adding as much chemical to the water. In fact, the product that we recommend using to kill bacteria off and make the water safe and easy to use would be this enhanced shock. We recommend a tablespoon of this product per 2 bathers after exiting the spa. This takes any bacteria that we've introduced to the water and oxidizes it away immediately. The goal is that by the next time you use it, the next day, there's no sanitizer in the water, chemical, there's no bacteria, it's just fresh, clean water to bathe in again. All right, one of the other key elements is going to be testing your spa water about once a week. And what we do is we swirl a test strip around in the water and get a judgment of where the color pads on that test strip match to the color on the bottle. Okay, so let's go ahead and test the water now. We take a test strip, swirl it around in the water for about 3 seconds, and then hold it up to the bottle like so. Each one of these pads corresponds with each one of these color lines. We want to get an idea of which color the pad matches on each one of those lines to then make our adjustments. There's an okay range down each one of these lines that we hope for it to match into, but it'll give us an idea of what we need to adjust. First thing we'll talk about is maybe the alkalinity, and I'll give you an example of how to adjust that. If we're looking at the alkalinity line here, each one of these colors has a number above it, and those are all parts per million of the alkalinity that's in the water. So for instance, if our alkalinity pad matched the color of the 40 there, and the OK range is between 125 and 150, we'll want to be bringing that alkalinity up into that OK range. If we just stab in the middle for, say, 140, between 40 and 140, we have a difference of 100 parts per million. So we can take a look at the bottle now and see how to get it up to that level. On the back of your alkalinity bottle, you have a table. It'll reference the amount of gallons that your spa is. So let's take into consideration you have a 400-gallon spa. Each column tells you how to raise the alkalinity by a certain number of parts per million. For instance, if your spa is 400 gallons and you want to raise that 100 parts per million that we talked about, that's going to be a total of 16 tablespoons in order to adjust that level up. Of course, you'd use the appropriate number of gallons to your hot tub and how many parts per million you need to raise your personal alkalinity in the hot tub. Alright, so let's go through some of the other things that come in your startup bucket with your brand new spa. We'll go through each bottle individually. First, we have stain and scale control. We recommend adding this into the water to prevent from mineral content damaging the spa. It's good preventative maintenance. Approximately a capful or an ounce once per week, depending on the size hot tub that you have. Next thing in here would be sodium dichloride. We recommend having this on hand in case you ever run into a situation where you get an influx of use out of the hot tub, extra people in and out. A situation that would be rare would be like cloudy water. This is going to be a little bit more aggressive in getting rid of any of that bacteria and getting the water back to clear again. Of course, by using that enhanced shock that we talked about, that's going to eliminate bacteria growth after you use the spa, and you shouldn't need to run into using this very often. Alkalinity increaser, we're going to test the water for and kind of get an idea if this is something that we need or not need. Periodically, you'll probably need to adjust alkalinity in the hot tub. Same with pH decreaser. This is the next product here that also would be something that we test for to see if we need to add it in. And calcium hardness increaser as well. We want to have some calcium in the water to help make the sanitizer work more effectively in killing bacteria. The last bottle in here is anti-foam. It's another one of those as-needed products. So something like this would be used if you ever had foam or sud buildup on the water that comes from leftover detergents and swim trunks, body lotions, or hair products. You just add in a couple of ounces and the foam goes away immediately. Works really well.